Watching News at Prime, let's bring you this discussion. Now, there are growing calls for action to be taken against the Basic Education Minister, Siviwe Gwarube, for boycotting the signing of the Basic Education Laws Amendment Act into law. One civic movement believes the minister's absence undermined the credibility of the BELA Act. The president has deferred the implementation for 3 months of the 2 contentious clauses in that act. Save South Africa's Campaigns and Communications Director is Tebogo Mashilompane. He's with us in studio this evening and joins us now. Mr. Mashilompane, good evening to you and thank you for your time.
Good evening to you and thank you so much for having us here.
It's a pleasure to have you. Let's start with the action that you're calling against the Basic Education Minister. What kind of steps would you like to see taken?
You know, the steps we are saying, we don't want to say that she must be fired. But we are saying, President, come up with a plan. Let's say, when you want to hurt somebody, go to their salary. Punish her for maybe 3 months' salary, 6 months' salary, doesn't matter. We cannot prescribe that. But punish this particular person because what she has done, I mean, it's uncalled for. We can't allow that.
If she says there was a perfectly reasonable explanation for her absence at the signing ceremony, would you accept that, or would you want to hear exactly what that is, or at this point you feel that she's done something wrong and the president ought to act?
Remember the minister on the 13th, she issued out a statement to say, I am not going to attend unless the president accedes to my demands, which is section 4 and 5. So there's no any reasonable explanation that she can give and then we can accept as community, as citizens. We can't, because you're supposed to be there. This is your birthday party. Then you must be there. We can't organize a party for you and then you are absent and you're telling us that you're looking for a big cake.
There's a concept.
Yes.
It's called professionalism.
Yes.
And respect for authority. I would like to believe that this is something that is accepted universally.
Yes.
Do you believe that this perhaps doesn't apply in politics or in political office?
No, it must apply. Remember, the president is the boss. The same principle applies. If the president calls you as the minister, because remember, ministers are at the mercy of the president. So if the president says, come here, I want to address some issues with you, say, no, I'm not going to come because my party says I must not come. What is that? Because you are not employed or deployed by your party as a minister.
Yeah.
You are called by the president. You see the difference there. So you need to be professional and accept the invitation and do your duties as the president dictates that you do your duties. Because remember, the president acts using the ministers.
Yeah.
So if you are a minister, you say, I can't. It means now you are saying the president must fail. That's what you are basically saying. You
mention her political party. I want to ask that question differently. Minister Gwarube has committed to implementing this law despite her political party's objections. Do you believe she is capable of implementing the law?
No, she's not. Because the moment you are saying, I'm not coming to this event where I'm required to come, and then you are saying, no, but I will implement, you are talking in folk tongues. And we cannot, I mean, in tongues. And then we cannot allow such a communication when you say, no, I will do it. But at the same time, you say, I won't do it. No, we don't believe that. She's not going to do it. It's plain, because her boss is somebody else, not the president, in terms of what she has done currently.
Did she put her party first ahead of the nation's interests, you believe?
Yes, yes, she has done that. Because, as I said, the ministers are not there to advance the party's agenda, especially in this fake marriage that they are doing, which we are not actually supporting, but we say we'll respect this fake marriage, and they will see how it goes. So here you are a member of the cabinet. You must implement the policies that are there. Whether these policies are 2 years back or are now, you must implement those particular policies.
If the president, final question, if the president pays no attention to your calls for the minister to be sanctioned,
yes,
what would you take out of that non-action?
That's very simple. It means the president is not fit and proper to lead us, because now he'll be favoring other people. Because one, if another party says, no, we are not happy with clause 8, but you already said only clause 4 and 5, that was proposed by DA. You see, that is selective justice, and we cannot, I mean, it can't be. You must simply say, this thing is open for all. But how do you do that when you've got 3 legs in the government, when we know that if these people are not happy, they can go to judiciary and then deal with this issue. But they must allow the process to unfold. But now you are saying, no, halt this particular process so that it can favor us. What about other people? What about, say, South Africa, for example, where we say we are not happy with clause 8? He does not mention that. So we can't allow that. There's a process. I mean, 6 years. These people were in parliament. They knew about this thing. Why didn't they object then? Why didn't they take this matter to court then? Why, when the president announced in the same week, and then you begin to say, no, we are not happy about this thing, but you've been part of the parliament. I mean, it doesn't make sense at all.
Tebogo, Mashilompane, I want to thank you very much for your time. He is with the civic movement, Save South Africa. Well, they're here to voice their displeasure about the minister being absent at the signing ceremony last week, Friday.